Everyone, and welcome to the first of two meetings tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Sanitation meeting for Monday, August the 17th, 2020. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my left.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, August the 3rd, 2020. The floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. This evening, Board, we have 3 pages of wastewater claims in the amount of $132,424.09. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater claims dated August the 17th, 2020 in the amount of $132,424.09.
I'll make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. We have no unfinished business carried over from the previous meeting, and we have no new business this evening. Comments from council or from board members?
I have nothing.
No comments. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make that motion.
I second. The meeting is adjourned, and we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting as soon as we reset. Thank you. Good evening, and welcome to the second and final meeting this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Monday, August the 17th, 2020. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my left.
Dave Harrison.
James Kaufman, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Thank you, Board. Presented in front of you are the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, August the 3rd, 2020. The floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 26 pages of corporate claims in the amount of $991,382.63. Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate claims dated August the 17th, 2020 in the amount of $991,382.63.
I'll make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. We have no unfinished business carried over from the previous meeting. This evening, under new business, we have quite a bit of activity, including updates. The first order of business is a part-time employee pay increase in the clerk treasurer's office. I'll defer to our clerk to read the request into the record. Jim?
Thank you. Dear Board, I'd like to recommend that part-time clerk Karen Barrett's hourly rate be increased to $13.25 per hour. According to the salary ordinance, part-time employees in the clerk's office are not to exceed $14.33 per hour. This amount is still within the amount allowed in the budget. Karen has been a good employee for the clerk's office. Respectfully, James W. Kaufman.
I concur. Floor is open for any questions or comments.
Is this the lady that's on The other side, am I trying to think of?
Are you thinking of Pat?
No, the other side. Is that the same lady?
Karen's the first person you see when you walk in the door.
Okay.
So yeah, she's worked here for several years, but she took a few weeks off during COVID, but she's stepped up and does most of them, not all the permits now, and
Okay.
a lot more than what she was. So she's
Yeah,
become
I've spoken.
very helpful.
I know who she is now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have no problem with it at all.
No further questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the clerk's request to increase the pay for Karen Barrett.
I make said motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is credit card agreement. And I'll read this into the record to the board. Recently, the Common Council approved a resolution allowing city departments to accept payments by credit card. I ask the board for a motion to allow the clerk treasurer to enter into an agreement to secure payments and other charges from a respectable credit card company. Clerk treasurer would be responsible to seek out a respectable company. Any questions on that, Dave?
No.
Jim, you have any thoughts on that?
No, the community center in the parks has been working on a new website that was budgeted for this year through Civic Rec. So looking to basically being able to rent shelters, do Buzz Club, and pay for all these fees online without having to come into the community center or see anybody. No cash, no checks. It's all just done electronically. So as part of that website update and system update, credit cards are included in that. So the resolution was passed a couple weeks ago with the council, yeah, this just will allow us to do that with the credit card company that Civic Rec uses. So it's been successful throughout the state. There's other municipalities that use it, and they're happy with it. So I think it's a good thing for at least to start off with the parks and the community center to start that.
I agree.
No further questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to allow the clerk to enter an agreement with a credit card company.
I make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is a request for street closure from the Moose Lodge. I'll defer to the clerk on a letter he received from the lodge. Jim?
Yes, to whom it may concern, the Beech Grove 1883 Lodge and the Beech Grove Moose Riders are having a benefit event on August 29th, 2020, starting at 8 a.m. until approximately 6 p.m., and are needing to have the road closed from 2nd Street to Emerson and the alleys in between. We are going to be having a truck and car show for our benefit, and will be using the street from the lodge to 2nd Street for parking. Please let me know if you have any more questions that need answered, or what steps may need to take next. Thank you in advance, Julie Sexton, Secretary of Moose Riders.
Thank you, Jim. Dave, any thoughts or questions on that?
Would be a lot of people there, I guess, or usually there are.
Hopefully it's a decent crowd. Hopefully they'll social distance as well.
He read on his letter to 6 p.m. on this thing here, it says 4 p.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the letter they submitted to Jim,
Okay.
just to be safe.
I don't have other questions.
No other questions or comments? I'll ask for a motion to approve the request from the Moose Lodge to close the alley behind the lodge and Bell Fountain from Emerson to 2nd for their event on Saturday, August the 29th.
I make said motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is request to paint street art. Were you here for the first one, Dave?
No.
First one we did? The board approved one a couple months ago. There's a local artist collective down on Main Street, and they're quite good. So we've commissioned them to do some traffic control box painting, and it's very legitimate, nothing dark or in poor taste. So the arrangement that we have made with them is that they do a proposed drawing and submit it to the board for approval. And then we agree to the idea and allow them to do it. And then we pay them a fee anywhere from $250 to $500. And this money comes from a donation fund.
Okay.
There's no tax dollars involved. So I think it's a nice way to spruce up the city, and we have completed one at the end of Main Street there at Emerson, and it looks really good. So tonight, this is from Sam Postumus, and it reads, "Good afternoon. I would like to submit this idea to be considered for a utility box painting. The only difference with the picture is that I'd like to paint BG or Beech Grove on the inside of the black boxes. Everything else would be the same. As for a location, whichever you think would be a good fit, I'm not picky. Either way, thank you for allowing us the opportunity." So this is what he has submitted, and I like it. And inside the boxes there would say BG. So, and I thought an appropriate location would be at the corner of Alton and Emerson. Right in front of the used car lot, there's a traffic box.
Okay.
So, I'll open it up to any questions or comments, but I think this is good. Anything, Dave?
No, I think it's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
I'd be for it.
Any, no other questions or comments? I'll ask for a motion to approve the art design submitted by Sam Postumus for the painting of a traffic control box.
I'll make said motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. Next order of business is a CARES Act update, and I'll defer to the clerk. Jim?
Yes, recent legislation passed has allocated the city of Beech Grove approximately $211,000 in coronavirus reimbursements. This money is available to us to request reimbursement for items such as PPE, sanitation of buildings, that type of stuff. We make the purchase, pay for them, and then submit receipts to Marion County, and they will reimburse us. So the first request includes PPE from all departments in the city. It'll be $13,007.55. It was submitted last week. In addition to this, the city will be looking to purchase some laptops for employees to work from home if need be. If that opportunity happens to come again in the future, we would be ready and prepared for them to work from home if that need be. So that will be the next request. So I will inform you when we actually make that request. Other things that will be reimbursed, taking water fountains in the city and making them touchless water fountains. That way people don't have to touch them, and they can do water bottle filling stations as opposed to a water fountain. You see that most of the schools have already transitioned into changing their water fountains into that. And they can just telework capabilities, hands-free, CPR machine for the fire department. So those are just a couple of things that we will request reimbursement for from Marion County. So great opportunity. If we don't request it, then we don't get it. So it's one of those things that we'll try to at least fulfill that full request for the $211,000.
How long do we have to request?
Until September 30th. So,
Okay.
so I got some time. So
Cool.
we're working on that again. The first request I sent them for the $13,000 was about 120 pages long. So we had to show the invoice that it was paid for and the request. So all that was submitted to them.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you, Jim. The next order of business is a Franciscan Trail update. And I wrote a little letter, says, Board, NDOT has released the bid for the construction of our greenway, the Franciscan Trail. NDOT will award the bid on September the 2nd. Soon after the bid is awarded, NDOT will bill the city for our 20% portion. We estimate it will be around $580,000, with Franciscan Health contributing $400,000. of which they have already paid. I do not see much construction in 2020 except maybe some bridge work. There's 4 bridges in this project. The vast majority of the construction will begin in 2021, and it will take approximately 1 year to complete. The NDOT contribution for this project is $2,300,000. The city's contribution is $580,000, and the city paid $406,000 in engineering fees. So the total project, which the engineering fees have already been paid, the total project is $3,286,000 for the completion of a 2.2-mile greenway. So I wanted to update everybody on that. And Dave, you had any comments about it, or Craig, you had any comments about it? You're certainly welcome to make a comment. I'm certainly looking forward to it.
I think it's great.
But
They're
I
gonna
wanted,
award the bid the second. When do they start on this?
beg your
Next
pardon?
year? Construction will be next year, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. There's 4 bridges, so they might start in on those this year, but the majority of the construction will begin in the spring.
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem.
We'll move to, I wanted to give you a roundabout update, and we'll talk about a couple change orders later on. As you all know, the roundabout at Churchman Bypass in Arlington is back open as of July the 24th. The project was 93% complete. The project has come in under budget and opened early. So the original contract amount was $1,629,270, I'm sorry. We are under budget, and there are a few items on a punch list that they have to correct, but for the most part, the project is done. So this is not an item for approval. This is just an update. This has certainly eased the flow out there in that area. And we look forward to doing some more work out there with Indianapolis in the next couple of years. So, but the roundabout is open, and it's a nice improvement for that area of the city. Move on to stormwater project update for this year. Board, I wanted to update you on the stormwater projects that we have completed in 2020 and upcoming projects. Earlier this year, we installed a large drain pipe in the 300 block of Bethel, which was causing a backup to Jones Chemical. We installed 2 new drain inlets and new pipe in the 200 block of Bethel Avenue. We corrected an age-old drainage problem on Buffalo between 5th and 7th Avenue. We installed 6 new inlets and created 2 inlet ditches. That project cost about $142,000. At the new roundabout located at Churchman Bypass and Arlington Avenue, we corrected an age-old drainage problem in that intersection. We spent $227,900 on drainage improvements as part of that project. And now, with all of these downpours that we've had lately, there is no standing water out in that area. Engineers are designing a project to correct a drainage issue on Shaft Street between Bellefontaine and Garstang. This will be the next project on our list. We are awaiting the construction of a new street with 5 age 55 and older doubles. This project is located at 17th and Southern, and as part of this project, we will correct a long-time drainage problem in the field on the southeast corner. And the last project that will be working with is a standing water problem located in the 300 block of North 25th Street. Will be the next project up for improvements once we have concluded working on Shaft Street project. So those are some of the projects that we've completed this year and a couple more that we have in the works. So your payment on your sewer fees of stormwater fees goes a long way in helping us mitigate standing water throughout the city of Beech Grove. We have several projects that we would like to do, and a lot of the times we have to wait for the money to catch up with us so we can do the project. But I wanted to report to everyone tonight, especially the board, of some of the stormwater projects that we have been working on this year. So that's it for an update. 2019 drainage improvement, final completion. At this time, I'll ask the clerk to read the letter from Wessler into the record, please.
Dear Mayor Buckley, this letter serves as recommendation for final completion for the 2019 Stormwater Improvements Project, Phase 1B. We believe the contractor has satisfactorily completed the work and substantial completion was achieved on December 19, 2019. Issues arising after approval of the final completion will need to be addressed as warranty items if the issues are determined to fall under warranty requirements within the 1-year warranty period. This warranty period ends December 19, 2020 for the work accepted at the time of substantial completion. The contractor has submitted the required waivers of lien from their subcontractors and major suppliers, which will be forwarded to the city under a separate cover for the city's files. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me at 317-788-2453. Sincerely, Wessler Engineering, Mary Atkins.
That was another project down on Redfern, Dave, in your district, on Redfern and Killian, in that area there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
So I'll open the floor up for any questions or comments.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the final completion of the 2019 Stormwater Improvement Project, Phase 1B, Jim?
Correct.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do 1A and 1B, same project.
Okay.
So that's up for approval this evening.
I make said motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Next order of business is change order number 4 concerning the Churchman Avenue roundabout. This is from NDOT, and it is a change order in the amount of $1,325.97. It is to correct a field tile problem in front of the Biavi building and across the street from Bomar. This age-old problem has been corrected. Reith Riley did the construction. The City of Beech Grove, it's part of the agreement, so the City of Beech Grove will not have to pay this. This is included in the cost of the construction. But the amount of the change order is $1,325.97. Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve change order number 4 for the Arlington Avenue roundabout.
I make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Change order number 5 is a change order which will reduce the cost of the construction. And if you look at the current change order on the sheet, it says minus $44,646.80. Whenever a line item of an NDOT project either goes $20,000 more or $20,000 less than budgeted, the NDOT requires a change order for public identification. In this case, we saved on one line item $25,146.01. So that requires a change order. This project not only was done early, but was under budget by almost $45,000. So we are very happy about this, but this does require a change order. So I'll ask the board for a motion to approve change order number 5.
I'll make that motion.
I second it. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. The last order of business is a handicap parking permit. This came in late this year. It's for David Charles Nagy Jr. requesting a permit. He has yet to submit his formal application. He sent over everything else. I'm not really interested in charging him since we've only got like 3 months left in the year. And then the council recently approved a new ordinance where you charge one time for initial use and then you don't pay anymore. But I'll open it up to any comments or questions. But I would like a motion to approve this pending his submittal of his application.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'll make that motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. That concludes new business this evening. We covered a lot of ground tonight, and it's all good stuff. Any comments, Dave?
I have none.
For the public's information, our next Board of Sanitation, Board of Works meeting, and council meeting is Tuesday, September the 8th, 2020. We generally meet on Monday, but Monday, September the 7th is Labor Day, so we will not meet that evening. So our next meeting is Tuesday, September the 8th, 2020 at 6 p.m. in these chambers. With that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make motion to adjourn.
I second. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.